podcasters, rascals, and straight-up dorks fought and toiled and burned the midnight oil to deliver the best segment in all of sports. Again, it's an honor and a privilege. It's time for Nick's Tears.
Thank you, as always, Kevin Wildes, for their professional and straight-laced introduction. You look wonderful today, by the way. If I hadn't
Always
told you
do.
that already, that's what I figured. All right, here's the deal. We're now into October. You know what October means? Teams start falling off the tiers. They enter the eliminated category. However, the committee is fair. The committee never eliminates anyone without warning. So, bottom row of the tiers, facing elimination. Any of these teams lose this week, they're off the tiers for the year. I know what you're thinking. Why aren't the Titans on that tier? They have a bye this week, so they can't be facing elimination. They'll be on there shortly. Prove you watched here. Quick, right now. Name this team's leading wide receiver, running back, and 2 defensive players. You can't, unless you cover the team, you are from one of these cities, or you have a crippling gambling problem. Nobody's watching. Give me a break. I suppose it's possible. I can't entirely count any of these teams out, but all need to figure out what they're actually going to be good at. New Orleans, early in the years, like Alvin Kamara is back. We're going to run the hell out of the football. I don't know that was sustainable. The Falcons have 3 skill position guys drafted in the top 10, paid Kirk Cousins. They don't give the ball to any of them. It's just an Algier every play. It's unbelievable. Kyle Pitts, 0 catches last game. And the Cardinals are supposed to be all offense. They just played the worst defense in football in Washington and scored 14 points. I'm not counting any of you out, but you got to figure out what you're good at and do it. We, meaning the committee, accept your apology. Oh man, the committee took arrows and we saw your tweets. Thurman on the committee can't help himself, always searching the committee's name, seeing what people are saying and tell him not to. Yeah, searching the committee, the trademark of the little emoji. These are flawed, poorly constructed, poorly coached teams that have quarterbacks that for various reasons are thought of in such more high regard in the media than their play demands. And throughout the offseason and early in the year, this is around where the committee had these 2 East Coast biased teams. And now, 4 weeks into the year, to where basically everybody has them. Gotta gel quickly. There are things to like about all of these rosters. For the Cowboys, superstars on both sides of the ball, the league's leading receiver last year, quarterback coming off a career year, but they haven't been able to put together. For the Rams and the Chargers, it feels totally injury related, really, for both of them, why they've hit a rough spot. And for the Bears, a defense that has been excellent and a lot of talent on the wide receiver room, but the offense hasn't clicked. All of these teams, to me, are viable, not only playoff teams, but more than that, potentially. But they got to get it together. They've got to actually prove that in the second quarter of the season when they couldn't in the first quarter of the season. Let's talk at 4-1. Washington, you're against Cleveland this week. Tampa, you're at Atlanta tomorrow night. The Giants, the Seattle, you're hosting the Giants, and Pittsburgh, you're hosting the Cowboys. Any of those teams that win those games, and a few of them, you're big favorites. Now we're really looking at, man, how could you end up missing the playoffs? Like, how seriously must we take you? I like what all of these first 3 teams, what they've done offensively a ton, and the Steelers, I love what they've done defensively. 1 more week and we'll start talking about elevating them significantly. Thank God for the committee. Show me any of your facile power rankings that has the courage to have, excuse me, Eric the Red, I'm talking here, that has the courage to have a 4-0 team and a 1-3 team on the same level. However, deep down, all of us know that one of these teams, and it's not the 4-0 team, passes Kevin Wilde's favorite test, the confetti test. All of us deep down know that the other major contenders in this league, if you're told, hey, in 4 months, you're going to have to play one of these teams for a chance to go to the Super Bowl, which one they would pick and which one they wouldn't. And we all deep down know that a lot of the Vikings love that you're seeing on all these power rankings in USA Today and other places is because people feel obligated to. And a lot of the Bengals skepticism is because people feel obligated to rather than what you really believe the quality of the rosters are. Not quite right yet. Committee believes these teams can get there. Green Bay's a weird one. 0-2 when Jordan Love plays, 2-0 with Malik Willis, but incredibly well coached, young talent on both sides of the ball. The Niners, injuries have been the real question mark, and then did Brandon Ayuk's missing training camp submarine his whole season or just the first month of it? Houston, I feel, is yet to play a complete good game, and they're 3-1. It's a testament to their talent and CJ and Nico. We think these teams will be better over the course of the year, but they're not quite right yet. Awesome, but the committee couldn't get over the point coach made yesterday, which is, what if that trick play had gone awry? Are the Lions just a hair, just too cute by half? Are the Lions, is Ben Johnson, in his bag, or, in LinkedIn, making sure those head coaching jobs are there when you can just punch people in the mouth? We love the roster. We like the grit of Dan Campbell. We like the skill position players. We like the emergence of Aiden Hutchinson. There's just a little something off in that trick play. Coach pointed out it was raised some flags. Ready for round 2 in round 2. I think this is going to be your AFC divisional round, and I can't wait to watch it. Should be the 2 seed and the 3 seed playing each other. The Bills will feel like they need to get revenge. The Ravens will try to duplicate exactly what they did. I think they're the second and third best teams in football. And last, at the top, pick your narrative now, America. Is something off with Patrick Mahomes? Is Kelsey washed? Do they have too many injuries? Or are they still the overwhelming favorite 2-time defending champion juggernaut of the league? Because what the committee does not want to hear is in January, oh, well, we all knew this was going to come, if in October everyone's like, what's wrong with the Chiefs? So decide now. Are the Chiefs the best team in football or fatally flawed? Because you can't have it both ways. That is the Week 5 tiers. Coach, your thoughts?
I like the way he brings me into the mix right before we get to me, kind of take the edge off a little bit.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
So
I don't even know who you're talking about.
I have a problem with where you have the Lions.
Well, I shouldn't have made such a great case last.
No, you made some positive points here, but to me, they should be switched with Buffalo. And last week was a good indication of where these two teams really are. When you look at Buffalo, they go in, they dismantle an excellent Seattle defense, and you saw the potential for where they can be offensively. Jared Goff doesn't have an incompletion, sets an NFL record, so you get a sense of what this team can be, and to me, a good snapshot of how good they truly are. Where Buffalo, it's exactly the same. They go get dismantled by the Ravens, and their wins have come against teams that are combined 2-10. I don't have them going to the playoffs. I didn't have them going to the playoffs.
Wow, still.
And to me, what we saw.
You don't have to blow out the Bills' candle to make the Lions
I'm not
shine
blowing out
brighter.
anybody's candle. I'm just saying that this is what I've said from the beginning. And they started off 3-0, but the teams that they were 3-0 against have a combined 2 wins. So it's a little bit deceiving, and we got a better picture of the struggles that they're going to have throughout the course of the season. And I think on the flip side, you got a better picture of how good Detroit can really be as we move forward.
Listen, the committee had the Lions by themselves in second place in our rough draft Monday night.
Well, maybe you should have listened to them.
Then they heard Coach be like, "Hey, everybody hates the Bills trick play. They love the Lions trick play. They're both just as reckless." And we were like, "You know what?
Committee should stop
He makes some good
drinking.
points. He makes some okay." Brew, go ahead.
The Bills, too high.
Wow.
You see I think I got a bar.
Oh, okay.
You've got to be joshing, right?
Okay.
Oh, I had a bar too, but I didn't read it.
Yeah.
You must be joshing. I don't understand how the Bills can be on the same tier as a team that just beat them by 25 points.
I think that's a fair case.
Right?
Yes.
And Coach just said they haven't beaten anybody. Their teams have won 2 games total.
2-10.
The one good team they played demolished them. Simple as that. They've got one great player, maybe if you go Deion Dawkins too, but they got one great player. They're a one-man show. And I think all 6 teams below them should be ahead of the Bills. So those bottom 3 tiers on here
Cincinnati
should be
as
ahead.
well.
No, I didn't say. I got Detroit, Green Bay, San Francisco, Houston, Minnesota. Yeah, the 5 teams.
Okay.
Should be ahead of them.
So
I just think, like I said, they got one great player. They haven't really beaten a good team yet. So I don't know why, they would be
can I
that
ask you a
high.
question? Who do you think's better, Tampa or Detroit?
Detroit.
Okay, yeah. Even though Tampa beat them. And
they didn't beat them by 25.
No, I understand. But the point I'm making there is the head-to-head record in the. So this is tricky for people, and Wilds hates it. But when you are doing a ranking or a tiering of an entire league, there are going to be things that are going to be